YouTube, what's going on? Here with another knife review. My favorite thing to do. I would say knife review slash unboxing. I'm always confused about how to name these videos simply because some of these knives I've had a lot more time with than others, so I hate to say I've reviewed something without spending time with it, then other ones are just a direct unboxing. So sometimes they're just kind of in between. Let's start with what I'm drinking tonight. Got home this evening, poured myself a nice, not scotch, but a pure malt whiskey from the Nika Distillery in Japan. Fantastic stuff. Anything from Nika is always fantastic. Used to be pretty affordable, but the prices have just gone up on Japanese whiskey ever since the Hibiki 12-year-old, I think it was the first one that won the like ~1 spot on the Whiskey Bible. Prices just skyrocketed, and they stayed that way ever since. But very good whiskey. This one's somewhat affordable at $80, $90 a bottle. I say affordable, it's relative, but cheaper than a lot of other Japanese whiskeys. So poured myself a nice dram. Delicious, malt forward, fruity, tropical. Nice, good stuff. Okay, let's get into this video. I'm going to try not to make this one that long, but I always say that and then I go long. But I have a lot to say about this knife. A lot. So this one could be a long one. This is O Knife. This is the same company that brought you things like the Olight. Great quality flashlights. Not really here to talk about them as a company. They're kind of polarizing. I think they just make a lot of stuff and they make things from China, albeit very high quality. I've never had a problem with them. I think they make fantastic stuff. They just do. I think their design, I think their the practicality, the output of their lights, everything's been phenomenal. So they decided to get into the EDC knife world, which totally makes sense. Of course, why wouldn't you? You've already got the connections with the makers in China, so why wouldn't you? I have been told that this knife is, not told, I've heard through the grapevine that this is produced by Kaiser out of their factory in China. That makes sense, and I'll get into why. But this is the HERON R1. Heron as in the bird, from what I understand. Blade steel is D2, handle is G10, 3.42 ounces. Love how it says right here on the box, Tor knives, please take note, of what you're getting. Very straightforward, very good packaging. Nice picture of the knife. Yeah, awesome. I think the packaging is phenomenal. Really well done, just like their flashlights. O Knife, you take this little part off, get a really cool sticker. It's a gecko, and then you've got the knife. I am so confused on a lot of things about this knife. I'm perplexed, but also I'm in awe of it, is the short answer. But why gecko? What the heck? I don't understand. It's really cool looking, but like, a heron is a really awesome looking bird. Why would you not? Okay. Anyways, you got a little case, some more stuff in the packaging, user manual. I don't know why you need one for a knife, but whatever. Cool little pouch, and out pops the knife. I have already unboxed this. I've actually been carrying a little bit. Sip of whiskey. My mouth gets dry. Gotta stay hydrated. I have been carrying this knife a little bit. Not a lot, but enough to form an opinion on it. Let's start with just kind of what it is. It is an EDC folder. It is utilizing, from what I've not taken this knife apart, but I have researched, and it is ball bearings. You can tell that in the action, and you can kind of see the bearings in there if you look really closely, very hard. Ball bearings. It is using the axis lock. The patent is up. Benchmade's patent is up, so it's free use for anybody who wants to use that. I think it's awesome. The patent and Benchmade being able to use it for so many years without any competition is amazing. The fact that they pulled that off is amazing. Think about it, guys. What if the frame lock could only be utilized by Chris Reeve? You know, like, what if the liner lock could only be used by I don't know who invented the liner lock first. Probably CRK, I'm guessing. CRKT, Columbia River Knife and Tool. I think it's awesome that other companies can use it now because it's a great lock. It's one of my favorites. It's extremely strong. I've used it. I've never had one fail on me personally. I think it's better than a liner lock. It's better than a frame lock, tougher, more user-friendly in EDC purposes. So it's awesome. So great choice to use that. G10, fully Cerakoted, desert tan, and kind of an OD green scale. Let's just talk about the knife a little bit first, then we'll get into kind of the details. Very, very nice blade to handle ratio, perfect size. Let's do a quick comparison to knives that everybody knows about and loves. Let's check it out compared to the XM18. Pretty close. The Chris Reeves Sabenza. A little bit smaller than the Sabenza. The view that you're seeing here is a little bit of an error because the camera's canted. So kind of in the middle. I would definitely not say it's a large knife. I'd say it's a medium knife is the best way I would categorize it as in the EDC world. Not large, definitely on the medium, but not small. Very thin in hand in this dimension. Very comfortable, beautiful drop point blade, elegant drop point. And you can see it just drops ever so slightly. Gorgeous, guys. I'm trying to like keep my cool here, but gorgeous hollow point. Very slicey. That hollow grind. I've got guns on the brain. Beautiful hollow grind all the way out, very thin behind the edge, very slicey. This came wicked sharp, near mirror polish, right out of the box, no complaints. The Cerakoting comes right up to that line. There's no feathering in the Cerakote whatsoever. Done very, very, very well. Very well. You've got the HERON R1 on one side of the blade. I think this is the serial number or the... I don't know what that is. Some number. I think it's ridiculous. Drop that. Why would you have that on there? D2 printed on the blade, which it should be printed somewhere. I think somewhere like in here would have been better personally. Get it off the blade. But a lot of this is personal preference. But hey, it's my YouTube channel. So the goofy looking O-Knife logo. I'm sorry, guys. It just... Some of the logos with these companies, I don't understand in today's technology and like everything you have at your fingertips, the designers that are out there and stuff, I just don't understand how you're such a big company and have such a bad logo. It just looks corny. It looks like something on a Nerf gun. It just does. I don't get it, but whatever. Beautiful blade. Love it. EDC friendly, not too thick. Let's look at it in comparison to a Sabenza. Great size, slightly thinner than the Sabenza, very slicey. The Sabenza is not the sliciest knife ever, but it does good. But gorgeous, gorgeous hollow grind. Man, that is so nice. This is going to be such a usable knife, guys. Forget all the goofy looking stuff that they do out there. This is a user's blade. Plenty of belly, plenty of upswept edge, but not ridiculous looking, elegant. It's just a great package. The handle, ergonomically, fits perfect. It's not trying to reinvent the wheel. It's got a nice slope that just fits right in your... If you see this kind of dimension in your hand, it just elegantly sits right in there. Perfect. Beautiful. Great in every grip. This grip is just, the reverse grip is just excellent for doing things like food prep, cutting things up, whittling wood, cutting rope, whatever. Push cutting for like, I would think honestly, guys, that this would be really good at feather sticking. I really do. I just think it's got the blade shape for it. It's thin behind the edge. I just think it'd be perfect for that. So a great camp knife. What did it say? 3.4 ounces. Crazy. It for this size knife, and this is why. No excess, no crazy thick liners, just enough steel liners that you need with the axis lock. Milled as much as you possibly can to save weight, but keep its function and strength. Beautiful axis lock. Guys, the action on this knife, man. I like Benchmade. I like ZT. I've been in this knife game world for a long time. I've been around the block with knives. And I have never had a Benchmade, period, out of the box function like this. I've had real close. I've had real close. Very smooth action Benchmades. You know what? My 943, let me just grab it, is probably the closest action-wise for an axis lock I've ever had from Benchmade. Silky smooth, buttery action. Very free. I mean, you can tell, guys. I mean, come on. Still pretty close, not perfect. Little bit of play. That's typical Benchmade. Perfect centering, guys. Come on. Perfect centering. Let's see if there's any play. Oh, there's none at all. Let's see if there's any play in the locked position. 0. Let's see if there's any play in the locked position without the lock being engaged. Oh, 0. Is it free action? Are you kidding me? Guys, it's frustrating because, you know, you've got these beautiful blades with rich heritage, and they're expensive. They're a lot more expensive than this. And they have QC problems. You know, you get one that's blades off center, its action is mediocre at best. Not this one. This is a great example, but this is a rare find. That's why I could pick it out of all my knives, because it's rare. And then here comes a $65 made in China. I understand that. A $65 EDC knife. Fully Cerakoted. Fully, guys. Hardware. The only thing that's not is the axis lock and probably the Omega spring. And look, and these in the lock bar. And the lock bar stop. Everything else, Cerakoted in tan. Well done, by the way. A good Cerakote job. Bearings. D2 steel. Yeah, granted. It's not S30V. Sure. D2, still a great steel, especially if you know how to heat treat it. I don't know about this guy. Let's look at the clip. Looks normal, looks practical, doesn't look stupid, doesn't look garish. It's got enough upsweep to grab your jeans, but not too much to where you're going to freaking be ripping stuff all the time. It's rounded, thick for retention, but not crazy. Deep carry, very deep, perfect. When it's in your pocket, it's going to run with the fold of your jeans the way that they've canted this. And look, Tour Knives. Sorry, I'm going to call out people because I just don't get it. I really just don't. Countersunk screws so that it doesn't grab your jeans or your pants when you put it into your pocket. Wow. Amazing rocket science type stuff. This is just a new level of engineering we have discovered on this channel, guys. I'm sorry, I'm in a mood today. I don't know. These knives frustrate me. They truly do. They frustrate me because this is $65. If you want to do R&D companies, big companies, go buy this. Go buy this, take a look at it, study it. Pay USA people, pay your employees here in the USA, keep paying them the same, and tell them to change the design process to be something more like this. Hold your people to a high standard, and through leadership, guys, I just don't get it. Like, I'm trying not to make this a rant. This knife is amazing, in my opinion. I say go buy it. It's $65. Go buy it. Go buy it, carry it, beat it up, put it in your tackle box. It's a phenomenal knife. It's frustrating. It just is. Like, I love my USA folders. You've seen them on the channel, guys. You know about them. It's just when something like this comes out, I just don't get this. And these companies, these USA companies, continue to raise their prices. And I get it. Like, you have to make a profit at this knife. You've got American salaries to pay and stuff. But your product should follow suit, though. You can't. It's like you can't just demand a higher price from your consumer and your quality and stuff go down. It frustrates me. It really does. And also your designs are like can be so uninspired. And then you got a company like O-Knife just come and just do something like this. Like if you took this knife and you slapped Benchmade on there and this was an S30V and this came out, it would probably sell out. It would. People would be excited about it. They'd be hyped about it. At a good price point, fully Cerakoted. I mean, whenever they even get close to this, think about the Mini Adamas when it came out and it was fully Cerakoted. People went berserk for that knife. It was a good size. It made sense. It had good action. It had good steel. Very nice Cerakoting job. The right size. I mean, I don't get it. I'm sorry. It's a long rant, but it's just, I hope you guys can understand what I'm saying. It's frustrating. It's not perfect. It's very close. This is very close in every way. Even the thumb studs. The jimping leaves a little bit to be desired. If you're going to do jimping, make it functional. Other than indexing and knowing where that is, it doesn't do anything. This does nothing. I could do this all day. It doesn't do anything, so why have it? So better jimping. They rounded. Even the G10 is sculpted. Look at that. No hot spots. Everything is just a reversible clip. I mean, the thumb stud's right where you'd want it. It's just perfect. It really is. It is a very well done, well thought out knife. Other than the branding. The branding is so ridiculous. Especially if you're going to name this the Heron. Dude, a Heron, have you ever looked at one? They look awesome. Put some freaking Heron wings on here or something, like make it unique. If you're going to call it the Heron 1, get rid of this goofy looking logo and put some like Heron wings or like it's like Microtech. Like look at Microtech. Look how cool that looks. They've got the freaking talons. Come on. Come on, guys. You're so close. You're so close. And then you just botch, like it's called a Heron. And then you send a chameleon sticker and I don't know. I don't know. It's a beautiful knife, guys. I know I've rambled. This is part of more of something that's kind of been building up in the knife market. I love this hobby. I'm very passionate about it. And for knives to becoming more and more expensive and to see brands, and I keep calling them out, but I am frustrated, like Benchmade, that have no problem raising their prices. They keep coming out with these uninspired designs that they sell to a consumer, and this isn't a knock, I keep throwing people under the bus, but like Cabela's and Bass Pro, us EDC guys that love and are passionate about this, we're shopping at probably Blade HQ, PVK, E-Knives, my local Sharp Things, local to me here in Oklahoma. But Benchmade, I think, is taking advantage of the market in like Cabela's and Bass Pro, where those guys are just looking for a good knife and they're going by mostly brand. And what they're buying is honestly uninspired and not very well thought out knives that are using, I saw the other day they came out with a Benchmade Infidel, limited edition. It's cool, don't get me wrong. The aluminum is cool coloration. They had tan and blue. S30V steel, the same Infidel that has been being produced since like the 90s, early 2000s, and it's stuck a $600+ price tag on it. I drives me nuts. I don't get it. Go buy this knife. It's awesome. I'm very, very, very impressed. I can't get it out of my pocket. I can't find hardly anything wrong with it. It's a great knife. I love the coloration. I think the Desert Warrior look is kind of being a little overplayed now, but I still think it looks good. And I think that they did that full Cerakote and tan. I think that's just an awesome move because I can't imagine that would be cheap. Very impressed, guys. Very impressed. Let me know your thoughts down below. I don't really care to get into the politics of the O-Knife company, or the Olight company in and of itself. But what are your thoughts about this knife in particular as a piece of engineering, as an engineering feat, and at the price point it's coming in at? Have you checked one out? If you haven't, go get one. I got mine on Amazon. I'm not sure if they're for sale anywhere else right now, but $65. It's a steal. I have multiple knives over $1,000. I'll be carrying this knife. I enjoy carrying it. Yeah, check it out, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry it was a long one. Please like and subscribe. Give me your feedback down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. I'll see you.